Welcome to the Quirkless podcast, our weekly My Hero podcast. This is a special episode because it's not just me and Zach. We also have a third person, and it's not my cat, it's Meti.
Hello.
So, hi Meti. So we had a pretty great chapter this week. We got more Hawks, which is always good, and we got some more background on Endeavor's family and stuff.
More background on the Todoroki family in general, which is nice.
Yeah,
I think it's nice because it humanises Endeavor, which we didn't really get to see a lot in the beginning, considering he was like advertised as like the worst parts of hero society.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've always liked Endeavor ever since at least the thing that happened recently in the anime where he starts to reflect on what he's been doing, and like over time he's getting better, and like after the hero exam makeup courses, I knew for a fact that they're gonna bring back Endeavor and like kind of more humanize him, and I'm glad that we're actually the biggest fear I had going into this arc was that they were going to cut away from Endeavor and go back to Deku for some reason. Like, that would have been really disappointing, but I'm glad that they actually stuck with it, and Hawks is really cool.
I also like how they're not completely brushing over it either. Like, what Endeavor did in the past is still affecting it to the point where his kids don't even call him dad when they're speaking about him. It's like, oh yes, do you remember what he did to you? Him not referring to him as dad or father.
Well, like, none of them really viewed him as a dad. I assume, possibly, like, when they're just 16, they moved out and used his money to just live on their own, I'm assuming. Because, like, two of them are in college. One of them is a teacher, I believe. Isn't that what Fuyumi is?
I believe so.
I'm not sure. Possibly.
But yeah, they're living their lives where Shota had to stay there because he's the youngest,
and he's also
and
essentially Endeavor's like masterpiece. He's the one that was like the best. He got
So I assume that they didn't get the same type of treatment or abuse that Shota did. They just probably got ignored most of their life.
Yeah,
and I'm assuming it's like a rich dad who runs a business. Like, he doesn't hate them or hurt them. He just gives them money whenever they need it, and they just kind of live on their own in a way.
Yeah.
Like, he cares, but he doesn't really like know them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he never sat down and had a conversation.
Yeah, they're just like they're there. They're like the ones that aren't. They're the ones that aren't Todoroki or so.
Todoroki.
You like sports? No, Dad, I don't.
So I like how I think it's kind of weird that they expressly mention that Natsuo has a girlfriend. I think that might be hinting at something, but I'm not entirely sure.
I don't know. I feel like that might be just a side detail. There's a lot of just side details that Horikoshi writes into certain segments.
Yeah, I was like, because like I was thinking about it last night, and I was like, oh wait, what if that's like Toga, and then like they're trying to get dirt on the like the new #1 hero, and that's
I doubt that it's Toga. If it is Toga, that'd be interesting, but I doubt it. There is something that they mentioned here where they referred to like what he's done in the past and how like there's we know that Todoroki has 2 brothers and I believe only 1 sister. He might have 2 sisters, but I know that he has at least 2 brothers, and now we've seen this one, and the way that they talk about Endeavor's past in a way, I feel like they might be hinting at that Dabi is Todoroki's brother theory, which I actually don't hate as much anymore.
Yeah, he does have an unnamed brother.
I'm not a fan.
I'm
not a fan of that theory. I think it's nice because it gives Shoto and Dabi more of like a little bit of a rivalry, and it would be nice. I think those 2 characters are going to have to fight eventually.
Yeah.
It just because of the natures of their quirks. But I don't see it. It just seems like too much of a stretch. It's just, oh, they share the same hair colour and they have a similar fire quirk.
They share the same hair color, have a similar fire quirk. Dabi has never had his name revealed and uses a alias to hide it. He has the same eye color now, confirmed in the anime. Like, he specifically like taunts Todoroki. Like there's a lot of things that hint at it, and I kind of want to make a video on it, but I'm kind of don't.
I always saw it as more as like a rivalry thing than a like direct related type things.
I think that will definitely like probably be explored in this coming arc, given that it seems to have a huge focus on Endeavor and his family, and that's good.
What would be interesting is I know spoilers about the next chapter, so I can't talk about them.
I know
this happens
I saw
every
a spoiler,
week,
which I'm not very happy about. But
I've seen a little bit. I've seen some stuff that happens to Endeavor.
Because I have an Endeavor video, people feel the need to tell me everything that happens to him when the spoilers come out, and it's kind of upsetting.
Okay, I think we all know. Okay, I think we all know what it is, because I saw it in a Boku no Hero chat today, and I'm like, God fucking damn it, why do I have to see it now?
Yeah. Well...
Why can't I see it when it comes out?
Well, I mean, like...
But...
That just sucks, but I mean, that's just the nature of things. People are going to spread around big changes like that.
Yeah. Though, speaking on the chapter, I felt a really interesting detail is that we might have gotten a hint to what a Nomu's power absorption quirk is.
Mm-hmm.
Or the physical absorption quirk, because I was talking with this on... I was on another podcast where I talked about this chapter specifically, and someone brought up the fact that when Nomu is regenerating, or I guess High End is regenerating, you notice that he has like normal hands underneath like the muscular quirk and then the black skin going over it. I feel like that black layer of skin is actually the damage absorption quirk.
Mm.
Like, it's like a thick black layer over top of your regular skin.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can see the muscular quirk being rebuilt underneath it, and then you can see that layer kind of going back over that. I mean, it could easily just be just regular, just that skin color, but all of the Nomus who have that type of quirk have that black skin.
Yeah.
We have a little bit of a theory about the Nomu, which we pointed out last episode, and that has to do with when they first introduce it, they introduce it in the room of a kindergarten.
So...
And because of the childish mannerisms of this Nomu...
he seemed to talk like... He didn't really know who Endeavor was at first, it seemed like. He was just like, who's the strongest one here, or whatever. He never really was speaking in specifics. So we thought he was kind of childlike in a way. So we were like, oh, so maybe he's just a bunch of small children smashed together.
Which that'd be a little fucked up.
It would
Endeavor's good with beating kids, so it's perfect.
This is his pinnacle moment. His child beating skills can finally come to a test.
He practiced for 10 years. He's now number 1, and now he can show the world what he's learned.
My true quirk.
Oh. But that'd be a really dark twist, and that'd be really interesting because we've been shown that children quirks are way stronger than adult quirks right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like it would make sense to just slam like 10 kids together and make like an unstoppable monster.
Yeah, and it would. I mean, it's like it's not out of the realm of possibility, considering it wouldn't be the first time that like the League of Villains or somebody related to them has taken advantage of a child. Like that's basically.
I doubt that there's League of Villains behind this.
We don't. Yeah, because they don't show us it was Shigaraki, but it's definitely has to be someone related to them.
Usually, like Nomus are immediately grouped in with League of Villains, but yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
But this Nomu looks completely different than the Nomus created by All For One.
Yeah.
So I feel personally that these Nomus are probably like bootleg back alley people making Nomus, since they're now a popular thing. People have seen them on national television.
It also has a type of sentience which most Nomus usually don't have.
Most Nomus are brain dead, but I mean that could just be where the term high end comes from. Like I don't.
So I'm not exactly sure who made High End, but I'm almost completely sure that it's not the League of Villains.
Yeah, I think it's like most of it's like calling back to vigilantes or illegals or whatever you call it, with the instant villains in that series. So apparently this has a lot of ties to vigilantes. I caught up on that recently, and I mean it could be related to Trigger in some way, but I'm not entirely sure.
What would be interesting is if, like, the League of Villains catches wind of this, like, this bootleg Nomu, and they go out of their way to, like, try to knock it down a peg, because they don't want people fucking up in their gang.
That would be interesting.
I always like the concept that that every time the League of Villains joins a group, they steal something from that group.
Mm-hmm.
And so it would be cool to see them show up and like help in some way.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I think I hope that the League of Villains have a presence in this arc, and if they turned out to be like some sort of anti-heroes by like taking down this Nomu, like even if it's just in perception, but
fucking Dobby shows up and shoots it with a quirk killer bullet.
My God.
That would end a Nomu in like a second. A quirk killer bullet.
I mean,
one thing I would think which I thought was really cool was in how Endeavor uses his quirk in this chapter.
Oh yeah, he's definitely showing how creative just a fire quirk can be.
And I was thinking about it. Shoto, because Endeavor can like levitate practically with his flame quirk.
Well, he can hold himself in the air, but he can't fly.
yeah.
He can't fly. I was thinking about this. Is this like a look into what Shoto will be able to do later? Because Shoto can propel himself up with his ice and like hover using his flame quirk, or is his flame quirk not as strong as Endeavor's just because he had to make the sacrifice to get the ice quirk as well?
I mean,
I think his flame quirk is just as strong as Endeavor's flame.
yeah, but probably not at the moment.
Endeavor has the... Well, I mean, like, obviously not at the moment, but I feel like he is, like, a perfect mix of, like, Endeavor and more, and that's why Endeavor views him as his masterpiece.
Yeah. He's, it's very, we're probably not going to see that for, like, a while, though, because, like, he hasn't used his flame quirk almost all his life at this point, because he refused to for a long time. And that's so he's probably not as well versed in it already, like as his dad.
Yeah. Though, speaking of interesting use of quirks, I'm glad that we now know that Hawks' wings are fake, but they're still really fucking cool.
Oh yeah, it's so cool.
I never expected the wings to literally just be feathers combined onto each other, and it makes me wonder if he produces those feathers, if there's a finite amount of those feathers, if he's in a pillow factory, is he unbeatable?
It's like a...
I think he produces the fat feathers just because he can't, if he could make them himself. I think there's a limited amount, because if he had infinite, he would be able to stop the building, I think. And he specifically states how he can't.
So I assume it's like he only produces so many, and if they get destroyed, it's like it's an actual like hindrance, which would suck.
Yeah.
But I like that it shows how like unique a feather quirk can be.
Yeah, I thought he was like literally a carbon copy of Angel from the X-Men at first. I was like, oh, he's just a guy with wings. Okay.
Yeah, it definitely shows how much more versatile that ability is, especially looking back at the earlier chapters where he's just taking out guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love how he does it like no. I love with his quirk you can see how he got to the spot he is in.
Oh yeah, he's just
and doesn't really care because he doesn't have to put that much effort into doing his work, and because of how good his quirk is, he can just walk across the street, do his job like without really having to try. And that's probably how he got to the spot he is. And you can't say like, oh, if he doesn't want to be the spot he is, just don't try that hard, because he doesn't have to try that hard in the first place.
He's very easygoing, which is like very different from the kind of number one hero we have at the moment. Like he's like the polar opposite of Endeavor at this point.
Yeah.
But another thing towards that very childish behavior of the high end is that at the end of the chapter, his neck is literally severed. And he's like, this is fun. Very fun.
I'm having so much fun.
This is great.
I'm having a fantastic time. And he's like smiling and he's making like the ooh face.
Ooh. Please snap my neck more. Oh.
I also love in that same page with Hawk flying in and firing his wings like a dog fight.
Oh, it's so cool. God, for the longest time, like, my two favorite characters were Mirio and Fat Gum, but I think, like, as far as hero goes, he might beat out Fat Gum as one of my favorite heroes.
Yeah. I don't know if he'll beat out Fat Gum, but I'm really, he's like, I really like just the cool aspect of his quirk. Like, At first, I thought it was going to be wings that he could just shoot feathers from, and I'm glad that it turned out to be like a very interesting take on making wings. And it definitely makes the aspect of those wings being like a sort of grayish color always make more sense. That it's not like certain like glowing white like some wings. It definitely distinguishes the wings as a different part of him than like some other heroes, and it's just. It makes it that so it's not like an extension of his body like the tail guy in Class A.
Mm-hmm.
Also makes going through doors easier
Yeah.
if they're not actual wings.
So that so I guess his quirk really I was wondering if it was like a mutation or something, but no, it's probably an emitter quirk, I would think. Like now that we know
But it
this.
depends if the wings are his, doesn't it?
Now, like all I'm imagining is like, what's the dude from Bleach with the flower petal sword?
Oof, you're asking the wrong person.
It's a good thing I didn't watch Bleach.
But like, or the one dude with the spears from Fate, where like there's a moment where he's just gonna stand there and like all of his feathers break off and point in one direction and just go down.
Oh yeah.
Like,
oh my god,
that would
cool.
just be the coolest thing.
And then he dies immediately after.
What do you think about Hawks? Are you suspicious of him at all, Meti?
I think Hawks is a legit person, and the fact that he has wings and he's doing this entire arc with Endeavor makes me really concerned for his safety.
Yeah.
Because all I can think of is Icarus. He's literally
God.
flying next to the #1 hero who could be a representation of the sun.
Oh my god.
It would.
I'm just imagining it now. Like, he wants to partner with Endeavor to make his life easier, but then he gets too close, ends up, like, hurting himself really badly, with Endeavor doing it as an accident, and that's just a sad time for everyone.
I imagine him and Endeavor becoming the team, and, like, at one point Hawks is going to die protecting Endeavor, or something.
That would be cute. Not as, okay, cute.
And then they
for
kiss.
Hawks. Not as in, cute things, puppies, kittens, man being impaled with the chest, losing your loved ones in a fire.
Yeah.
You know, normal cute shit. As in, like, it'd be a cute moment for him to, like, kind of change. Because he's been doing hero duty, like, very leniency. He doesn't seem, like, to care that much.
Yeah. Well, I think that might just be a part of his, like, his image, his social image.
I've always had, like, a somewhat suspicion.
Like, Hawks really does care about, like, hero work, but he's also lackadaisical about it, because it's just like he wants the free time that's why he works as hard as he does. Like, I love that idea of he just wants, like, a world where heroes have free time.
Yeah.
Like, it's something that he says specifically. I like that.
Yeah, he's got some good motives, and I really like his design. Horikoshi has this thing with jackets where they all look really comfortable. Like, we see what's his name, Natsuo's jacket that looks really good.
Oh yeah, I want to see Hawk cosplayers already. I think I have like seen at least one.
I saw
or two.
one, I think.
I have not seen any. I would like to see these pictures after the podcast.
Because like, he has a fighter pilot jacket and it looks great, and it definitely blends with the character and the kind of like lazy fighter pilot. Like, there's a character quirk that is something like that where it actually stimulates from like a lot of people's perspective on the Air Force.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see a character kind of who embodies that. Also some Top Gun. They're gonna go play some volleyball with the boys.
Yeah. Endeavor takes his shirt off, shows all his big muscles.
And this is a tattoo of me punching Shoto in the stomach.
I want a scene where one of Hawks' move is called Danger Zone.
Oh, and then he flies like face first into the enemy. That'd be really cool. Oh, or he throws some feathers and Endeavor lights them on fire or some shit. That'd be cool.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That would be cool, but like, would that hurt? I'm trying to like think if they're somewhat part of his body. Does he feel the pain?
No, I think
if the feathers get damaged?
I think it's because it's an emitter quirk. They're just separate entities. Like,
Yeah, he just controls them with his mind. He doesn't actually like feel
Like
them.
if you like cut some fabric in front of a Best Genius, it probably wouldn't hurt him.
No, if you got like a nice pair of Demon jeans,
It would definitely
most
that
totally
would
cut
hurt
him.
him emotionally.
It would hurt him. It would hurt him mentally, not physically.
That's why he hasn't been in the past few chapters after the All for One fight. He teared so much fabric he couldn't go on.
My jeans, they're
He's
ruined.
really disappointed in himself.
You scuff my sneakers.
I wonder when we're
Not
gonna
my
see
new
Best Genius
J's.
again. I hope we see him again.
We
Best
probably will.
Genius.
Oh yeah, he's up there, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a top 3 hero now, but he didn't show up to the meeting. I wonder if they're gonna like radically change his design when we see him, so he doesn't look like a complete idiot.
Maybe.
That'd be interesting.
I don't
know. I like kind of like the silly designs. Like a lot of people hated Washi.
Oh yeah, he's great. I don't know why anybody would hate him.
I don't know, man. I don't see what he did. Like, I mean, if someone came up to me and cleaned my clothes, I'd be grateful, but I wouldn't put them as like number 9 hero. I'd be like, wait, was he? He's number 8, isn't he?
Probably.
He's gonna show up and he's gonna be the one who stops. He's gonna be the one who stops high end. Now the question is, do you guys think high end will get away?
I don't see him running away. That's the thing. He seems like he's enjoying this fight.
I actually don't know. I assume that he won't get away, and if he does get away, it's gonna be to what you brought up earlier when you said that if this isn't done by the League of Villains, they might capture the Nomu so they can analyze it and maybe find out where it's from or what it's made out of.
Yeah.
Because I know that Shigaraki has an ego problem.
Yeah.
And he will not stand for someone else making Nomus. I can almost guarantee that.
Yeah, definitely.
So if anyone probably is going to stop this Nomu who isn't a pro hero, it's going to be the League of Villains.
Yeah. Or they'll end up getting fucking fucked up by it. They'll just get immediately.
Oh, that. We don't need another dead League of Villains member. Please don't kill.
Twice will die. Twice is next.
Not
For
twice.
sure.
No, not twice. No. They have one more disposable, and that's Spinner.
I mean, I wouldn't be sad. I'd be sad that my meme lizard boy is gone. But I mean, lizard isn't really doing anything.
He gets impaled.
He drove a car.
He gets impaled, and some blood lands on Twice, and then I'd be sad. I'd be like, oh no, his costume's fucked up.
Fucking Spinner dies, and as he dies, he goes GTA, and then dies.
Is this what Stain would have wanted?
He looks into his headband, and there's a picture of Stain in there.
It's Stain giving a thumbs up.
And then it cuts to Stain in Tartarus, and he sheds a single tear.
No, he doesn't even shed a tear. He's just like, who the fuck is a Spinner? I hope we get to see Stain again.
I hope we get to see Spinner again, honestly. I want to know what his quirk is.
Isn't it obvious?
Meti, do you have to ask?
I wonder what his quirk is. He's a turtle, bro.
I want to know what it is.
He's a hero and a half shell. Or is he a turtle?
He's a lizard boy.
Yeah.
I hope his quirk is like super sticky saliva or something. And that's how he made that weapon.
It's fidget spinners.
Oh no.
I can put a fidget in between anything.
My power is dead memes. Here come that boy. Pulls out a unicycle.
My power is dead meme. This demotivational poster is really sad, isn't it?
See Stain in real life. Oh my god. Much good, very well. Fucking floating Comic Sans text appears next. No, Hirokoshi writes it in Comic Sans. Or the translator put in Comic Sans.
When he sees the high-end Nomu, he holds up a picture of Grumpy Cat and is like, "No gusta."
No gusta. This cannot has cheeseburger.
This has to be. I want this to be canon now. It's not gonna be, and I'm gonna be heavily disappointed when it's literally something just like it's a lizard. His quirk is just a lizard.
If his power,
I wouldn't be. I just want to know what it is because he obviously has one, and he's going around fucking people's days up, making these weird ass weapons and driving cars.
He has a driver's license. That's his quirk.
Yeah.
No one else in the League of Villains actually has one, and that's why they don't want to. They're bad guys, but they don't want to break driving laws. I mean, come on. So they get him to drive the car, and then Dobby just fucks shit up because he wants to.
Oh wow,
Fucking
you know,
Dobby.
fucking, you could just have what's his name? Compress show up and steal this Nomu.
Oh.
I'm now
Oh
just
my-
realizing that.
That would actually make sense. And he had to be accompanied by someone probably. So it'd probably either be like Twice or Dabby.
Yeah.
Or it could just... The amount of things that could be explained with a Twice clone, like, there's so much shit that Twice can do by himself that he's, like, the most versatile member of the League of Villains.
Yeah.
There's
He
no
can-
way they can kill him.
Even if like, okay, so his clones can copy quirks, can't they?
Yes.
So even if Mr.
But
Compress were to
they
die...
think they are the real person.
So if Mr. Compress were to die, they still would... All Dabby would do is... No, all Twice would have to do is just make another one and he'd be fine.
Well,
Well, he
Quirk-wise.
wouldn't be fine because all of Twice's clones are super fragile.
yeah.
If you've seen Mr. Compress, he's a twiggy boy. You could break his arms anyway. He'll be fine.
Hey, Mr. Compress came back from losing an arm. He's fine.
Well, you can say
Punished
more than
Venom
Magnet.
Compress.
I still really want Compress to use Chisaki's arm and attach it to himself so he has both quirks.
Oh my god. That's some fucking Towers Gets Trolled shit.
Try to tell me that like having the compress hand and then the destroy and recreate hand wouldn't be the coolest fucking villain?
Would he be able to just compress shit and then just crush marbles between his fingers?
Oh.
I mean, he could already do that. Like,
But now they're dust, so it's cooler. He can blow it in their faces when he's done with it.
I mean, they did fucking kill Snatch. No one ever talks about that, but Snatch is fucking dead.
Oh wait, can I talk about
Well,
this?
nobody talks about it because
I
it's in the
forget.
manga and nobody likes the manga. Nobody reads it.
No one reads the manga, but yeah, Snatch is the sand trap hero who tried to stop them from taking Chisaki.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah, and then Dobby cremated his face, and Mr. Compress compressed half of his body in half.
I love how, despite this character literally appearing for like 3 panels, he has a civilian design by Horikoshi. Look at that mustache. He wasted that design.
I can't believe he's fucking dead.
Poor
I loved
Magane,
him
man.
so
I kind
much.
of miss Magane.
Wow, this is really sad. He has a longer My Hero Wiki page than Compress does.
Well, we just
How?
know less about Compress right now.
He was on.
All I know is that I need more Bubble Girl in my
Oh,
life.
yeah.
I can't wait for her
Oh
to
my
hit the
God.
fucking manga or the anime.
Doesn't she have
I'm
like?
happy someone agrees with me.
She has like clear blue skin, doesn't she? Like in most of the
Mm-hmm.
colorations. That's so cool.
Her design was a contest, I think.
Yeah.
Her
Here we
and
the
Centipede were both contest winners.
Yeah.
I care more about Bubble Girl because reasons.
For I don't know.
That's what I'm
Centipede's
saying.
Centipede's got it going on.
I don't know, man. Bubble Girl's just way cute. I love her design so much. It's great.
Wait, was he? Oh, I guess he is. Okay. He just doesn't seem like a fan design. He seems very like Horikoshi, to be honest.
Well, I mean, Horikoshi did made them important.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, now they run Night Eye's company.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me sad. I just remember Night Eye's dead.
Yeah,
What is
it was kind of hard to miss. To be
There was a
honest.
lot of death that fucking chapter.
At least
or that
Rocklock didn't
arc.
die.
I share a fucking birthday with
Rocklock
with
should
dead
have died.
manga
Of all the people who died that chapter, Rocklock should have
I
died.
like Rocklock's design. Even if he's
I always forget if it's Rocklock or Lockrock.
his name is Rocklock
I
and his
think-
quirk is Lockdown, so I don't know. I just really like his design for some reason.
I like.
I
his
mean, it's a
child
good design. At first, I was like confused about his kid when he said that he married a very young wife, and then it showed her holding a baby that looked exactly like him, and I was like, did he get married as a fucking baby?
Not unlikely. This world has some fucked up implications sometimes.
Well, I mean, we talked about the chapter which has Endeavor as one of the main characters, so I mean...
Yeah, oh my god, I just realized that Miss Joke is gonna be animated soon. She's so underrated.
I'm excited to see where this goes past this point. I mean, I know what the next chapter is, so that'll be wild when that releases, but I want to know what happens after that chapter now. Horikoshi has a good way of making me go, I want to know what happens next.
There's one thing which Horikoshi does, which I think he does really well, is where he introduces a character, makes me think one thing about them, and then completely turns that on their head. So he'll often give a character a trope, and then once you learn more about a character, you learn that there's more behind the trope, such as like with Toga, All Might. Like All Might's introduced, you think he's this like buff guy, and then you realise he's heavily injured and he can really only do hero work for so long. Toga introduces some crazy yandere girl, and then you find out she actually cares for her teammates and she isn't completely love obsessed.
Yeah.
Like he does that, and he starts.
He has
to
a
do it
way
with
of
Endeavor.
taking generic concepts and making them interesting again.
Yeah, I mean isn't that like the entire like idea of Boku no Hero? Like it's just
it's a series that he's been wanting to make for like 7 years, and he's finally gotten the chance to do it.
And he's so, oh gosh, he is just great sometimes.
He's so humble. I love him so much.
I wish I could go to Comic-Con and meet him.
I'm a UK boy. I'm trapped in this red coat fucking hell.
I want to shake his hand, and I hope he's wearing the mask he wore in that one interview.
Same, actually. I just wanted to sign my first volume of My Hero. That's all I actually want.
I want to get a custom picture done from him of Shisaki with his back tattoo, because he's Yakuza, so he has to have a back tattoo.
I bet it's like a crow or something. That'd be cool.
But yeah. This is a good chapter.
I like this chapter a lot. I really like the high ends.
High End is an interesting villain so far. I'm glad that we didn't after Gentle we didn't immediately go back to Giganta Machina.
Oh yeah.
I'm still
I'm curious about
where that's
Giganto,
going.
but I'm not entirely. I don't think we need to cover it now. I think this is.
Well, yeah, like we definitely need like slowly pace into Giganto Machina, because like he's going to be a big threat, given that he's going to be the one who probably busts people out of prison. Yeah.
We've been talking about this for episodes, and me and Zach have been slowly constructing the perfect My Hero arc, which is what everything's building up to.
Because we're definitely better writers than Horikoshi, for sure.
Yeah, so the plan is...
And then Mirio kisses Night Eye, and he comes back to life.
Gets his quirk back.
Yeah.
Then, because he doesn't have his hero costume on, he's completely butt naked.
Yeah. Mirio phases through his chest and stops his heart, so Gigantic Machina doesn't kill him.
I really hope that is a Prison Break arc and that it's done well, because it's building up to it. I can feel it.
There's definitely
All for One steals all the quirks from everyone in Tartarus.
Well, that would be good.
He's gonna make some sort of return, because we saw him and he was like, forget what he said. He said, "Oh yes, I could give the quirk back if I wanted to. I just can't help it."
Well, no, he's like, I'd give you the quirk back. You just gotta just ask, and I'll give it to her.
Just let me out for a minute. I just need. I'll get it back, please.
Yeah, he's like literally turn off the system for 1 second, and I can do it. I'm assuming he's gonna make someone weak enough to like, just by talking to them, make it so they let him out, because he needs literally 1 second to do anything.
Yeah.
One thing which I think is interesting, the quirk he stole. I think he stole it anyway. Ragdoll's quirk.
Yeah, Ragdoll.
That's the quirk which is able to give you information upon like 100 people in an area, right?
Wasn't that Mandalay's quirk?
Mandalay's is telepath.
Oh, that's right.
So
All for One potentially has knowledge on everyone that's there. Because
Search is the name of the quirk.
Oh, okay.
Search allows the user to monitor and observe up to 100 people at a time, including their location and weak points.
Is that a quirk that you have to activate, or is it like would that be suppressed?
He has guns aimed at him to monitor his brain waves. If he even thinks about activating a quirk, they will fire.
Does he have to activate that quirk, or is it automatic?
I don't know if that's an automatic one.
I feel like it
probably
is.
Because if it's automatic, he probably can just be like sit there alone and slowly plan his escape.
Yeah. I mean, he just had to find out which prison guard is having a bad day today. He's just like, hey, come over here.
Just mess with him.
Do you believe in fairies?
Hey man, just high five me once.
Come on.
I'll give you a super cool quirk. It makes your body explode. Oh, I love My Hero so much.
My Hero is good.
It's pretty good.
Better than One Piece.
Better than
Kappa.
Cancel One Piece, please.
Cancel One Piece. My Hero, cancel One Piece Academia.
No. Is there anything else you want to say about the chapter, Meti, or Zach?
I'm good.
Oh no, not really. I think I've said I've said my piece and more.
And more. It was fun having you on the podcast, Meti.
Oh yeah, it was definitely fun. I like talking about hero chapters.
Is there anything that you'd want to shill?
Well, you see, there's this small product. You can find it at funimation.com/show/Shimoneta, a boring world where the concept of dirty jokes doesn't exist, and you can buy yourself a copy. It's really good. It's like $40.
He actually has it fucking memorized.
That's like the pan pizza. The fucking when was Newgrounds funny thing? Oh, I love that. But
No. So you have a Twitch and a Patreon and as well as a YouTube channel, Meti. So
Meti has a YouTube channel?
I only have a Twitch and a Patreon. I'm a cam girl now.
I'd watch.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't say that.
So-
Zipper will actually stab you if you...
Oh fuck.
You're fucked.
I'm just gonna hide away from the internet for a few days.
But
fun having you on, Meti. Zach, you've got a Twitch and a YouTube channel.
yeah, also go read Hell's Paradise. It's really good.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a bunch of Japanese criminals get sent to this island that's apparently paradise, but it's actually hell. Hence the name. It's actually really good. Also, there's titties and blood. Lots of blood.
And that's a good enough reason for me to read it. I've got a Twitch at twitch.tv/CallumK_64, as well as a Twitter and all the other shit I usually link. The thing I want to shill is Megalobox. It's really good. Everyone should watch it.
Very good.
It's a good show.
Okay.
So that's all I want to say. If you enjoy the episodes, feel free to share them. And again, thank you, Meti, for being on here.
No problem.